stop in half an hour. So as such, I know there's a lot of questions, um, but it's powerful. If we could go to the next slide, please. Sorry, I get emotional because I mean, when I hear these special needs, especially the feedback that my child is not smart enough for Sunday school. I mean, your heart breaks. I mean, that is, so I want to bring it back to what Talmido is trying to do for, this is now going into year 4 in the North American diocese. I want to just emphasize that in these 4 years, the approach has not changed. We have been striving for moving away from a textbook-oriented approach and going into a fully, again, the Orthodox Church is blessed. We have teachings of our faith for all 5 senses, including smell. The incense is a teaching of our faith. So I want teachers to first understand, plan, teach, assess. This year in particular, when we start, now we're going to make a step towards AI. I want all teachers to understand it's always been planning, teaching, assessing. Even if we don't have special needs children in our class, more than likely, or sorry, let me rephrase that. Even if we think we don't have special needs children in our class, more than likely there is a child that is on the spectrum. How are we assessing and how are we creating an environment so that no child feels they're not smart enough for Sunday school is at the core of our mission. So I really want to emphasize this. Our curriculum has 53 topics, over 400 learning outcomes. There are 14 grades, pre-K to 12th, and 16 lessons per grade. If we can go to the next slide, again, plan, teach, assess, remember this. Learning outcomes are arranged in Bloom's taxonomy. We have introductory learning outcomes, then we cycle back and develop, and then we cycle again and we master. Again, a child is always where God wants them to be. I want to emphasize that point, especially when we think about special needs. If the child is at an introductory level, let's help them let's meet them where they are. And that's where Talmido curriculum is based. It is not textbook oriented, it's learning outcome oriented. Holy Qurbana is a perfect example. Anybody who thinks our textbooks are too complicated is not paying attention in Holy Qurbana. The Manisa of Mar Severus is the deepest theology, and that's literally the first song of Holy Qurbana. But we need to make it make sense. Jitin Achin told me that last year, and I can't get it out of my head. Make it make sense. Make this make sense for our children. But if we go to the next slide, and again, Talmido is in this kind of deepening pattern methodology where we want to help our children get to mastery. But we have 53 topics. And again, this is Holy Qurbana, one of the 53. But we've heard, if we could go to the next slide, we've heard loud and clear for the past 4 years that it is hard. It's things that, like, for example, I never went to Sunday school. I'm 52 years old and I never went to Sunday school. But that's why Jacob Matthew Achin always preaches, we have no students in our classroom. We are all disciples, including the teachers. So this is the step towards AI that we're going to take starting today. One way we get there is through Talmido. Again, Talmido is a wiki. It is basically a knowledge base. It has a lot of information, and it is overwhelming. We understand, we know it. Even though Talmido has the search bar at the top, it's hard to find things, right? So one way to start using AI is go to that Teaching with AI link, and it's right there on Talmido. But If we could go to the next slide. Drum roll right now. We are going to launch an AI assistant for teachers. Madrono is Syriac for helper. And it is an AI assistant intended for teachers. Praise be to God. We have so many talented, Nina mentioned this in the beginning. I don't even think they're volunteers. It's just a passion for so many talented professionals in our church. We have a lot of marketing people helping in Talmido. We have special needs. We have all these professionals, and two in particular, Joseph and Thomas. Biju, he's known by Biju. They're members of the St. Thomas Orthodox Church in Seattle. And by the way, after the meeting, go to our LinkedIn profile. You'll understand that these are very talented, very, very experienced professionals in the AI space. They have a startup company called Creators AGI that is a platform middleware that creates assistance. And again, praise be to God. They have strong connections with the Sunday school, both of them, and they've offered to help us with Madrono. So what is Madrono? I'm rushing through this a little bit because of time. What is Madrono? If we go to the next slide, and by the way, we will have these slides available on Talmido. Starting today, you can go to talmido.ai. That link is live. And if you go to that link, and in a few minutes, I'll demo this, hopefully, fingers crossed, if it doesn't crash, you'll see at the screen. But I want to pause a little, not pause, but slow down a little bit, because when you use Madrono, you must remember plan, teach, assess. As a teacher, are we planning for our class? Are we trying to find new ways to teach the material? Or do we want to find a way to assess the knowledge without having the kids suffer through another memorization exam? I use those words intentionally. There are other ways to assess knowledge. And we've always had this framework where we plan, teach, assess, and if the children don't understand, go back and teach it again. The goal is not to finish the textbook. The goal is to master the learning outcomes. So Talmido.ai, I will demo this in a few minutes. But if we can go to the next slide, I want to talk about teaching with AI. There's a lot of hype with AI. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt about AI. And I want to make sure it's very clear what the curriculum committee, how we're using AI. This is wonderful quote. Overall, AI is helping teachers in many ways, from language learning and assessments to writing support, presentation skills, grading, and lesson planning. If you break that quote down, as well as so many of the other education materials, by the way, Khan Academy, Salman Khan has a lot of TED Talks and a lot of information about teaching with AI. But if you take all this material, bring it back to plan, teach, assess. We understand that teachers are overwhelmed, but what we're encouraging teachers to do is prepare, make it simple, and make it make sense for the for the children, sorry. AI will never replace the role of the disciple. And I say disciple, I mean Talmido. Disciple being both the teacher and the child. Notice I didn't use the word student. Blindly using AI. So if you just use Madrono and say, make a lesson plan, and you take that printout and go to class, it's just as bad as reading the textbook to our children. From a curriculum committee perspective, Matt Etchen, Tenny Etchen, Jacob Matthew Etchen, myself, we do not want you to use Madrono to do terrible pedagogy. We want you to plan, teach, and assess. And Madrono is there to help you do that. And again, approach the classroom humbly. Teachers do not know everything, and it's okay to tell the students, the children, sorry, tell the children that we don't know the answer, we'll get back to you. It's okay. In fact, that's a way to build trust in the classroom. Um, Madrono is available today, but it is beta. It is actually, if they're alpha, if there's, it's very, it's very early stage. It's going to go up and down. It's going to give wrong answers. Halfway through, we're going to actually change the interface. So what I show you right now is going to change in a few weeks. The formal launch will be in September. We're going to plan this after the Feast of the Holy Cross. Hopefully maybe the Saturday after. We just have to check the calendars of the 3 dioceses. By the way, welcome Canadians. You guys are awesome. So we have 3 North American dioceses. So again, just understand that we'll have a full-fledged AI session in September, and Madrona will then officially be rolled out. But again, if you're curious and you want to use it, feel free. In fact, that will give us data that we'll use to make the tool better. It is a tool, though. Remember that our curriculum emphasizes that teachers are constantly planning, teaching, and assessing. So with that, let me hope this works. I'm tech team, yeah, if you can stop the sharing, I will try this. Excellent. So you see it, right? Just a thumbs up. I see it. Okay. So again, I'm rushing through this. All to get here, go to talmido.ai. So for the 200 plus teachers who took your afternoon to join us, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are now going to start playing with AI Madrono. This is Madrono. And sorry, I'm pivoting here because that's where the computer is. Remember that Madrono is a teacher's assistant. Remember, plan, teach, assess. Right next to this, I have ChatGPT. And I will show you in this demo that ChatGPT is not bad, but it's not linked to Talmido. What Creators AGI did for us is create a sandbox where it's using our Holy Kurbana, our Talmido resources, and it's doing things like reminding the teachers that you need to go to the priest, you need to, follow the faith of our church. And I'm going to demo this right now in a way. Again, ChatGPT is not bad, but as teachers, we need to discern what to use. So for example, if I go here, can you tell me more about holy baptism? Madrono will, oh, it's working. I'm sorry, I said that out loud. Madrono is using our guidelines and really, so for example, you see in the Malankara Orthodox Church, uh, teachers introduce the basics of holy baptism in grade 2. So remember, it's using Bloom's taxonomy, and it's starting to give. Right now, the media assets, like right now, we linked up some B2B videos, but pretty soon we're gonna, this goes back to Rohit Hutchin and Nina's talk at the beginning of the session. We're gonna have more resources through the Talmido marketing initiatives, marketing at talmido.org if you have anything good. And then Madrona will start showing those as well at the top here. But for today, right now, it's mainly linked to B2B as well as Holy Kurbana and our textbooks. So again, look at here. We see all the different details. If I put that same question into ChatGPT, I forgot the question. What was it? Tell me more about Holy Baptism.
Yeah.
You'll notice that it's a good answer, but it's not fully an orthodox answer. And you guys could play with it on your own. Let's get a little more clear. Is the Holy Kurbana the real body and, capitalize, of Christ? This is going into ChatGPT. Oh, great. What is this? Oh, I think I exceeded my things for today. What you'll see through the blur is, yes, in many Christian tradition, especially in the Catholic, Orthodox, and some angelic, Anglican and Lutheran churches, the Holy Qurbana is real, but it's not maybe. Anyways, it's a very generic, politically correct answer. But if we do it here, is the Holy Qurbana the real body and blood of Christ? You'll see that we have Madrono is going to give you the right answer. I can confirm with absolute certainty that in the Malankara Orthodox Church, do you see the difference? This is where Madrono is going to be the assistant that we want you to start using more. And by the way, let's see if this works. How do I teach my students? I'm doing this intentionally. How do I teach my students about Holy Qurbana in first grade? Madrona knows that first grade is a Bloom's introduction level, but it should also know that we don't use the word students. Uh, oh, did it crash? No, it didn't. Oh, there we go. Jacob Mathiachin, this one's for you. Notice the answer does not use the word students. Your first grade children, and it gives a very, by the way, we heard you loud and clear about lesson plans. They're actually up there on Talmido, but nobody knows where to find it. You can start using lesson plans here. I am teaching 9th grade. Can you please help me create a lesson plan for the first day of class? And it will give you a lesson plan. So some of the things here is, so notice again, it knows right away that 9th grade is mastery. It knows that we want to talk about the why. And here is your lesson plan for the first day of class. Hopefully that reduces the number of complaints coming to curriculum@talmido.org. Lesson plans are now available. Use Madrono. But and again, we are very short on time. So I want to stop the demo, even though I would love to keep playing with this. Um, um, I want us to always remember the mission of Sunday school. Sorry, somebody's not on mute. The mission of Sunday school is not to create an environment where children feel, I am not smart enough for Sunday school. And that's why we wanted to have special needs. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Justina. It's important. We have children in the spectrum. I saw a message in the chat about ADHD. It's real. Don't believe the conspiracy theorists out there. It is very real. And we need to make Sunday school an environment that our children grow closer to Christ. And that is the goal of Sunday school. So with that, and again, we want to end at 3:30. Madachin, we have about, I think, 10 minutes or so. Let me hand the mic over to Madachin so that we can do Q&A. Madachin, are you out there?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. A lot of things have been presented today. If you loved everything that was presented today, maybe put a little reaction in the chat, or click a little heart there. Encourage everybody who spoke today and everybody who's put a lot of work into all these teams. Give them something. If you have any questions, there's some questions that have been already submitted, but if you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat right now, and go ahead and put them out there so that we can at least try to get to all of them. And then maybe after the meeting's over, if we want